Welcome into Sportscape. My name is Derrick, Clyburn, and I'm once again joined by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing really well, considering the
uh,
circumstances.
absolutely. Week 9 is in the books. Midway through the season already, and we had some good, football over the first 9 weeks. Help it keep it going. Um, Panthers won this week, so that was great. The Colts they had their second loss of the season, but still moving it in the right direction. Still some positive vibes going around. So, but all in all, a good weekend for both of us. But we're gonna jump right into it. John, what were your initial takeaways from the Panthers win over the Packers, 16-13? Low scoring game, but a good win for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, it was an incredible win, and I think it showed how stingy our defense could be. I thought that was a particularly cool part of like the way that it worked out. We were one of the worst defenses in NFL history last year. So it's like a huge difference to be able to like do anything on defense. And then obviously you go into the offense and you see Bryce Young and what he's able to do. And I think the one interception he had, he was rightfully so. It was the wind, and the wind played a huge factor on the kick as well. The game-winning kick that we had because it was very windy that day, and so he threw it. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but he tried to put touch on it too, so he already wasn't throwing his strongest.
Yep.
And Xavier Legette was going towards the end zone. It kind of just like the wind kind of picked it up, and the defensive back was able to get it and hold on to it. But ultimately, it didn't end up making a difference in the game. Just like the Rico Dowdle 2 pump, not 3, didn't make a difference in the game.
Yeah.
Both things equally, I'm equally happy that they did not make the difference because we would be looking back at that like, oh, no.
Yeah.
That the Panthers are heading in the right direction. They're getting good coaching. They're focusing on the right things in terms of efficiency of offense. What does a successful play look like? Why does it happen? You have to focus on the fundamentals and then adding layers of like creativity on top of that. It's why our fans get frustrated when we're like, why are you not starting this like 6'4" athletic freak rookie? And it's like, no. Unless you know our offense or defense, you can't, because it's important that our system works and every cog is able to turn. Even if you can make a couple highlight plays every once in a while, it's not always for the best. But I am liking the direction that the Carolina Panthers are going towards. They're heading towards a trajectory where it's all it's like oriented based off of outcome. And Dave Canales is somebody that's willing to grow, willing to learn, willing to think about what works better. And he's just like, what works the best with what we have? And he's dynamic in that. And he's very regimented in the way that he implements that. And I think that's a good a little marriage that we have here. I think we're on the upward trajectory.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like you said, man, the defense they played so well. I mean, holding the Packers to just 13 points, and they're a very explosive offense. Um, Jordan Love, he loves to throw the ball downfield for explosive plays, and
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs, he's very good in the running game. So the fact that they were able to, stop them, I felt like they made everything difficult for the Packers as well. Like it wasn't nothing easy. It wasn't like anything that they got comfortable with. It was like everything's going to be. We're going to make our presence known. We're going to be physical. We're going to be, the more aggressive team. We're going to be the more, fundamentally sound team. I mean, we're going to make every big, big time play. We're going to make sure they know that we're here and that we're gonna, we're here to compete and show that we can actually compete with the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And I felt that way. But just talk about some of the players that you saw step up on defense yesterday. I mean, there was so many different players that played well.
Yeah. Yeah, defensively, I think Nick Scorton is really coming into his own. That was our second round draft pick out of Texas A&M. And the funny part is, he had another defensive end teammate, Shamar Stewart, that's on the Cincinnati Bengals, and he's rated consistently pretty poorly. And he had all the athletic traits, and he was a first round draft pick. It could be the system because the Cincinnati Bengals like defense is also bad. So, but it's awesome to see that we got Nick Scorton in the second round, and he is looking better and better each game, and his body is filled for the role. Like he's long, tall, and like sturdy, and he can lose weight, gain weight. Like, he can get up to Myles Garrett, but he can also slim down and kind of, this is not quite as thin as Brian Burns. He couldn't get that kind
But
of, perspective wise, but he's built, but he's able to be molded, and he's a good guy. And like his ascension has been notable. I feel like we got a real steal with him. And so Nick Scorton was one guy. Obviously, the defensive player of the week, NFC, Trevor Morrig, the safety. And he had that interception. And that was, we spoke about him a couple weeks ago when I was thinking he was going to play a significant role in setting the box and that he was going to be the player of the game. I forgot what team it was. It was before the Buffalo Bills. But but I made that point before. And so awesome to see him succeed. And he's another player that is one of our notable guys. JC Horn, baller. I mean, yeah. I mean, what more can I say? Everybody knows.
one of the best corners in the league, man. This plays like it
Dude's a
every week.
stud. Dude's a stud, man. He's so good at what he does, and he's so good at jamming, and he has the athleticism. He's able to make those one-hand crazy catches. He could be a receiver if he wanted to. Like, he could be a Travis Hunter.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he is incredible. I'd say those three.
Yeah. I mean, it was a bounce back week for the defense because last week, what they did against the Bills, allowed 40 points and over 200 yards rushing. So for them to come out this week and have that type of game, like showing pride in their defense and the way they played, it was good to see. Another dude, Christian Roseboom, I mean, he played pretty well too. I mean, he led the team in tackles with 15.
12.
So
well,
he was everywhere.
12. Yeah, it was 12 total, but there was 3 like combined, or 12 solo. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
For sure.
But dude is in a much better role not having the green dot. Now we have Trevin Wallace with the green dot, and he's our third round linebacker, and he's kind of the one calling the plays. If he's in coverage, he's much better, and if Rosenboom is just straightforward like Frankie Louvu, he's much better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I thought that one of the bigger plays of the game was that 4th and 8 late in the game where I think if they would have converted, they would have had a chance to take the lead but on that 4th and 8, like just seeing like the effort they gave, like because Jordan Love was buying time, he was moving around, but they were still, everybody was staying where they needed to be, covering well, and they forced him into a tough throw, and they were able to get off the field and give the Panthers a chance to go down and score. So I mean,
and it was 4th down too. So it would have been fine if it wasn't an interception. In fact, I was wanting it to just be the way it turned out,
Yeah. And it was incredible too, because people were thinking, I was like, everybody, I know people were saying like, why didn't the Packers take the points or whatever? But I mean, it was just shows like how good the Panthers were playing that day, and the fact they were even thinking that way. They were thinking that way, that we got to get this if we want to win this game. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's exactly correct. It's just they continuously arrive with a certain tenacity, and I'm like, all right, good, Dave Canales, you're coaching them boys well.
Yeah. And Offensively, I mean, even though it wasn't the most productive day, I thought they still played pretty well.
I like what I see.
I
That's
mean,
the
solid.
difference.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean,
because I don't look at the box score because I actually watch the game,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
it's easy to look at what happened. Wow, 100 yards and an interception for Bryce. He was so efficient, and like when
Hmm.
we needed him to get the ball to a specific player, he did it time after time after time at every crucial moment. And that's people forget that's the goal of the quarterback. The goal isn't to put up gaudy numbers. The goal is to win the game.
Yeah.
Like,
No matter if you lose and if you put up gaudy numbers and then you lose, you mean
doesn't matter.
what's the difference? Yeah.
Other than a fantasy team.
Yeah, yeah, right, right, right. I thought that he used his legs well on a few, like he had a couple like third down and fourth down conversions where he used his legs to get the first down. So he's making winning plays out there, even in addition to some of the things, even though his box score may not be
And that's what I love
great.
about Bryce.
Yeah.
That's what I love about Bryce too. He is so consistently mobile. He knows how to kind of just flick it off and to get a little gain rather than a loss. He's good at those little things. Like, and there was even people were saying that I think the people were the players involved. Rico Dowdle was saying like Bryce told me like, hey, I'm just pretending to give you some pass protection signals so they don't think that I'm gonna hand it off to you and you run. Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, bro, I see him. Michael Parsons over there. Perfect. It was perfect. And Michael Parsons actually said on that specific play that fooled them.
Yeah. So I mean, that just goes to show you, how good they were that day. You know what I'm saying? The game plan and the process that you always talk about, that Dave Canales always talks about, is starting to,
Yeah,
manifest on the field.
you can
What you
see
see,
it.
what we see on the field. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's always good to see. Rico Dowdle, man, he just keeps playing well. I
incredible.
mean, 25 carries for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns. I
I
mean,
don't even know how he's so good. How did nobody know on the Cowboys? Was Jerry just like snoozing at the wheel?
well, we've
And then
we've seen a
they
couple
were
things.
forced they were forced to start him last year. Like, and then
Yeah.
he got 1,000 yards for them. Like, and then we're kind of low key we're forced to start him, and now he's like amazing. He's like, all right, this guy's actually good, guys. Like, you know,
Yeah, I mean, he's playing so well. Now he leads the league NFC in rushing yards and he's third in the league overall, so in rushing
I
yards
saw
now
that.
too.
Yeah.
And he only started for a couple of games, only getting the bulk of the carries for like not even the whole season. So that's just goes to show you how
There were
great
a
he's
couple
been in a
games
couple
back
of
there
games.
where we were giving Chuba the bulk of the carries. And then
Right,
people
right.
online were like, what the fudge are we doing? And then this is the first game we're giving him the bulk again. And look what happens 130
Yeah,
yards.
yeah. I mean, he's been incredible. I mean, he just runs with such purpose. I mean, and aggression and physicality when he runs.
But
I
he's
mean,
patient at the same time.
yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
difference. You can be the most athletic, strong guy, like, oh, I'm going to run. If you run into a brick wall, you'll just put a dent into it. You can
Hmm.
move, squiggle around. Even though you have the strength, you don't have to use it. Be patient and aware of your surroundings and just see the way that people are moving. And that's what Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, I'll give him his flowers too. They both do that very well.
Absolutely. I'm just glad that the Panthers are leaning more on the run game. That's something that they have more
Yeah,
success at. So leaning on something that is keeping the offense, the chains moving, and being able to ride the hot hand. I mean, that's
yeah.
always good. Um, I mean, we got to talk about the offensive line. I mean, the offensive line played extremely well. I mean,
A lot of
I
injuries
could,
too. A lot of injuries. We had a guy that we signed from Arizona's practice squad a couple of weeks back starting because Chandler Zavala got hurt. Like, who was our backup, which was the backup to the backup before that, with Austin Corbett, Cade Mays, Brady Christensen, a lot of people getting hurt.
absolutely, absolutely. And then Michael Parsons. I mean, he didn't record a single pressure in the game.
That was the first time in
20,
his career too.
yeah, 21 pass rushes in the game, and you got to give a lot of credit to Ecom and Quano. Um, he played well, holding them, and then the offensive line as a whole, just keeping him in check, and you know, so that's one of the better pass rushers in the league, and you was able to keep him without a pressure or a sack, and
Yeah.
keep Bryce clean in that way. So that was great to see. Like you said, with a depleted offensive line with players out. So, I mean,
Yeah.
this goes to show you like the system, the operation, and is everything is just coming into fruition. You know what I'm saying? And just like the way they're
It really is.
preparing the players. So yeah. But there's this one play I definitely want to show from the last drive that propelled the Panthers to the win. It's this Bryce Young throw, which I thought was an amazing throw on that drive. But yeah, we got to show it. I mean, Bryce Young, he continues to be clutch. He continues to make the game winning plays from week
Got
to
the
week. I
gene.
mean,
He's got the gene. And look, he doesn't need to be the biggest, strongest man, dog. Like, look at Tom Brady. And he's considered the greatest quarterback of all time. Look at Bryce. He has the same gene. Just let him cook.
nine of his 11 wins have come off game winning
Hey,
drives
when he
now. So
drives. Yeah.
yeah, but here goes the play. It was right on that drive, game winning drive. You just see Bryce Young evade like pressure and still able to make a play.
And do my eyes deceive me? Is that not my favorite player? Jalen
Jalen
Coker
Coker, man.
comes in the clutch.
Absolutely, absolutely. Just throws it to Jalen Coker. I mean, to keep the drive alive, that was a critical play on the game-winning drive that he
Yes.
led. I mean, him just be able to avoid that pressure and still make a play, keep
And
his
the
eyes downfield.
swiftness of him, he's just so smooth with it. Like, look at the little
Hmm.
nuances. He just sees where it's, and I think that's what like protects him from injuries a lot of the time too, because he doesn't just stand there like a beanstalk, you know, like he's aware of his surroundings. He's never firmly on the ground. And people make fun of him that like sometimes he jumps a little when he throws, but he's just so like he's aware of the space around him, which is what makes a great quarterback, to be honest.
Absolutely. And no matter what he does, I mean, as long as the throws getting to the receiver, I don't care if he throws it, he puts it behind his
God,
back, he does it
exactly.
between his legs, whatever,
I don't care if he does a
I don't care.
backflip and kicks it up.
I don't care if he falls down to the ground while he's throwing the ball. I don't care what he
Yeah.
does. Use your
Oh,
whole body to get that throw in there.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just people don't know
LOL.
what they're talking about. I don't know what they're
No, they
talking
don't watch
about.
the Panthers. That's really what it is.
Absolutely. And I wanted to show this one clip of Bryce Young like talking about like the game winning drives.
Yeah.
Um so shout out to Sheena Quick, a great reporter who covers the
Oh, she's
Panthers and
awesome.
all different types of sports.
I'm always in her
But
spaces. She does a space at halftime every weekend.
uh, oh man, yeah, she's amazing at her job. But yeah, let's see if we can get to the beginning of this full screen. Let's see what
think has allowed you to thrive in those situations?
Just consistency. Making sure that coach talks about it all the time. It's about doing right longer. Making sure that we're those same people. You don't rise to the level of occasion. You fall back to the level of your training. In those times,
That's right.
we have reps. We have trust in each other. I have confidence and faith in everyone. We all have confidence in each other. So we know that we're comfortable in situations. So. And it's not about going and doing something doing something we never practice. It's just who can execute for longer. Who can stick to the plan, who can do right. Like we practice. And again, it's not just me. It's all of us as a team. It's a coaching staff. And we have to earn the right to continue to do
What
that.
I think has allowed you to thrive in those situations?
Dog.
But
Man, I
yeah,
just want to be his friend, man. He seems so smart and like such a cool dude. Like, and he gets it. He really gets it.
man, yeah, Bryce just seems like an amazing person and human
Right?
being. I mean, he feels like what he says, he's genuine with it, authentic. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just want to be his friend, man. Like he seems like such a good dude. Like I just want to
yeah,
chill and
man.
like play Mario Kart with him or something. Like he seems so cool.
Yeah, man. What he was basically saying, they were asking about the game winning drives. He just says like some people say you got to rise to the occasion, but he just says you need to just you know whatever your preparation is like. That's what helps you in those
That's
situations.
what you lean back towards. And Dave Canales and Bryce Young both have that same mindset. And it makes it kind of a marriage that reverberates throughout the building. Like our offense is on the same page. All we're trying to do is execute. And when we do what we it's not about the emotions will come out. There'll be excitement from big plays. But what we're trying to do is execute the way that we know how, that we've practiced. So as long as we have that practice perfect, we'll be able to execute. So minimize the mistakes more than your opponent, and that's how you win. Like I feel like I'm starting to sound like Dave Canales because that's what he preaches. Like, and I love it. I love it.
Oh man, it's amazing. The Panthers, they moved to 5-4. I mean, now they had a chance to get the six wins for the first time since 2022. So
Yeah,
it's been a while since they've had this much success early in the season, especially.
at all. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And like I saw this one stat, you probably saw it too, but it says the Panthers are just the second team NFL team since 1970 to have a winning record through 9 games, despite being an underdog in every game.
Yeah.
So
They're not fans of us on the betting odds.
yeah, so I mean, and they were like a 13 and a half point underdog in this game too. So the fact that they were able to keep the points down and come out with the victory just shows like the maturity,
The
the
coaching,
maturation of this
the
team.
coaching.
Yeah,
I mean, the
absolutely.
coaching is just very good. I see what Dave Canales is doing. I understand what he wants to accomplish and the steps that he's taking towards doing it. Like he just has a regimented thing and it's working. Like I love it.
Yeah, for sure. And this seems like one of the bigger wins in like probably the biggest win in the Dave Canales era so far. But what do you
For
think?
certain,
Yeah, what do you think this type of win does for like the confidence of the team and going forward? Like, what does that do for this team?
it gives belief. And that's the biggest thing. It's like he said it in his locker room speech. Dream with me for a second, guys. Dream with me for what we can do, what we can accomplish. If we stay to our goals and execute them at a high level, dream with me of what we can do. We've got Bryce, a stone cold killer. Like, we have the talent. We can do this. We just need to execute and be proficient and efficient consistently, you know. And so that's the way that he gets the locker room engaged and excited. I think he actually knows the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, with the Panthers, you got to start thinking playoffs now. I mean, that's got to be in
Right?
your in
Who would
your
have thought?
in your vision. I mean, nobody would have thought that early in the season. I mean, you
Not
still
me.
better than last
I'm just kidding.
year.
I'm just kidding. I was doing the meme. I actually did think we were going to go to the playoffs.
But yeah, man, they have a good shot. I mean, they played it. They still played like the Saints twice, I believe. The Bucks
And also the
twice.
Bucks twice, yeah, and then the
Yeah,
Falcons once
so I
more,
mean,
and
it
then
feels
the other hard one is the Seahawks, and of course this weekend is the first of the Saints.
yeah. So I mean, the Panthers got to. I mean, everything's in front of them as far as like what they can do and what they can accomplish.
Yeah.
So you just, I mean, hopefully they just keep pushing forward, keep building on that momentum. I mean,
Oh,
it's
we have the 49ers on Monday Night Football too. CMC's coming back. Oh, I know that's going to be a a brawl.
for sure, for sure. I mean, but I mean, the Panthers have showed they can play with anybody. So we will, yeah,
That's right.
how good they can really become. I
It's
mean,
about the little things. Like if you get the nuances right and execute, then the better executing team is going to win, despite the
Mm,
talent. There's talented players, but we're all talented, you know. So like,
yeah.
if your talent causes you to execute, you're good. If you're only talent, that's why people like that are big and strong and fast end up getting bounced around the league because they can't execute. They just want to be big and strong and fast, you know. And
Hmm.
so with the getting the players that understand that, those are the guys that stick around, like David Moore, receiver for the Panthers that was with the Seahawks with Dave Canales. Yeah, it's just understanding what you're trying to execute and why. And then once you do that, then your talent can show. But if you can't do that, your talent doesn't matter. Like at at that point.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, just seeing the Panthers play this way and like the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks, it just gives you like a sense of joy and excitement
Oh,
watching them
dude,
because because this wasn't. I mean, this wasn't expected. I mean,
you should have
but
seen me. Dude, I was literally when it became clear that we were going to win, like at the final seconds of the game, like I went from just like, all right, okay, all right, let's see. Oh, nice play. To like, yes, yeah. I was running back and forth, dog, like, yeah.
yeah,
Because we just beat the
not.
Packers in Lambeau Field. Like that was
I mean,
nobody, even Panther fans did not see that coming.
nah, not at all, not at all.
And
And
it brings me.
especially, and
Go ahead. No, say what you're saying.
I was just saying, like with Fitzgerald, him missing that field goal early, and then
That
having to make the
extra point
game-winning
because of the
field
Rico
goal.
Dowdle thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, so yeah, just had him nervous a little bit, but he was able to knock it in, so that was great. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
Well, it just brings me back to what I was talking about earlier with the execution is the most important thing. Like, and that's what coaching is. Coach, explain, see how the team works together. Don't just tell big, strong, fast man run straight. You know what I mean? Like, understand why you're a part of the offense, what you're trying to do, leverage positions. Like, and then we have somebody as smart as Bryce, and he's not just smart, but he has the athleticism to make things happen. Like, I just feel as though the sky's the limit for this offense if we're able to continue to escalate. And the defense coached by Ajor Evero is very similar in that regard. It's very outcome based. It can easily look bad until you see why it looks great. You know, it's all about personnel and execution.
Absolutely, absolutely. The one thing we know about this Panthers team is they're going to defend and they're gonna play physical football and they're gonna
Yep.
run the football as well. I mean, those two things they're gonna defend, they're gonna run the football, and they're gonna make these games ugly, and they're gonna try to, give the offense a chance. I mean, as the offense continues to get better and execute, and like I said, I mean, as long as they stay ahead of the sticks, like it's always these penalties or like
Yeah.
something gets let go or like a bad play or something. Somebody makes a mistake and it hurts the drives, it stalls the drives. But if they can get started like get a rhythm going. I mean, I think the offense can start playing better and be more productive on the field. I mean, so I like what I'm seeing, but the Panthers are moving in the right direction and they're definitely a team
That's
that
for
we got to
sure.
keep our eye on.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as the playoffs, I mean, it's anybody's. I mean, it's so many teams. There's no
And,
team that's like,
and the Buccaneers are really our biggest obstacle. And it's two of our last three games we're facing the Buccaneers. So if we're close like we are now, if we beat them twice, even at the kind of similar proportions of a record that we
you
have
got at
now,
least get one of those. At least get one.
but if we did beat them twice, that's our division. So
Oh
like
yeah, yeah,
those,
yeah.
those two games are going to be incredibly important if our record is proportionally like similar to how it is now.
Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah, As we move along, there's another game that we got to get to.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, a fortunate result. I like to call it the game from hell because that's what it was. I mean, the Colts, they lost to the Steelers on Sunday. Second loss of the season, but still top of the AFC right now. But I mean, everything that went wrong kind of went wrong in that game. I never seen like we watching the game because I wasn't able to watch it closely like the first time through. We watching the game, just seeing how many mistakes were made and how many like unlucky stuff happened in that game. I was just like, this is like a fluke kind of game to me. I'm like, man, I'm like the Steelers, because the Steelers offense wasn't even moving the ball really, and they were just gifted short fields and it was a couple plays that happened that this didn't go the Colts' way. But the biggest reason that they lost was obviously because of the turnovers. Well, let's just go back to the beginning of this game. The beginning of this game felt kind of like the same. The Colts went down the field, drove right down the field, and scored a touchdown. So he's like, yeah, this is what we do. When we get the ball, like I said in the past, I'm like, every time I always felt like I've been feeling like when we have the ball that we're going to score every time we get the ball. It kind of feels that way, the way we've been playing, how efficient we've been playing. But then it was some oh, it was a punt that got muffed. So the Steelers punted. And the ball, Josh Downs was feeling his punt, and it bounces off his chest.
Oh,
And I'm like, what in the world? Like, and the Steelers recover, and I'm just like, are you serious right now? Like, a lot of things that happened, and that's when it started. Like, that's when the game started getting out of control.
you know
Like,
what that sounds like? The game we played against the Patriots. Like there was like one punt return touchdown that like one dude whiffed a tackle, and it just we were looking good, and then that one thing happened, and I just knew. I looked at Jenna, and I was like, that might be a turning point. That might be a turning point. I don't like it.
I mean, it changed the whole game. I mean, like even though the Colts, even after that, the defense stepped up and stopped the Steelers because and made them go like turnover on down. So we were even in good position after that. But then we're moving the ball down the field like we usually do, and then T.J. Watt, oh man, he's a beast. He killed. I mean,
He's
he
so
wrecked this
good.
game. Oh my goodness, he was giving. I forget who
Although
was.
he ruined Cam's career, I will never forgive him for that.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, man. I mean,
No, I
they let
laugh so I
wait.
don't cry.
Yeah, but he was wrecking this game. I mean, our offensive line could not handle him at all, but he was wrecking the game. He caused the first turnover, well, the second turnover after the buff punt, but the first offensive turnover in this game. Like, he came out of nowhere and just stripped the ball right out of Daniel Jones' hands, and I was just like, oh man, here we go. I was just like, all right, here we go. And I'm like, they get the ball back and they go down and score. And then we get the ball back, and Daniel Jones throws a bad pick, and I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, like everything's just going wrong, and
How many
it's like
interceptions did he have?
he ended up with 3 interceptions.
3? I thought because I
3.
started him over Bryce on my picks up in the picks up league.
Yeah, he had 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles in this game. I mean, it was a horrific game for Daniel Jones in
He
this
still had
game.
more points than Bryce, and yet we won. The Wild have those work.
I mean, and I believe, I mean, the Steelers they scored 24 points off our turnovers in this game and had only had 27 points. So they weren't moving the ball really at all. Like, all the
Wow!
points came
So their
off like turn
defense
off.
was it was okay. So was the defense that good, or did they just get lucky?
Oh no, some of these plays. I mean, T.J. Watt made some good plays. Like he killed our offensive line, and then he was able to strip sack a couple times,
Yeah,
and it hurt us. And then I think after that, it was kind of like the interception. That was a bad interception. Like the first interception he threw, that was just a bad interception. The other two were a little fluky. Like one, like dude batted it, like one of their players batted up in the air, and it just came down like a certain way, and they were able to catch it. So
Really?
I was just like,
Homeboy just happened to be there.
yeah, like so I was just like, it was weird, but I was just like, man, this is just not our game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm watching it, and I'm just like, man, because when we didn't turn the ball, like the funny part is we were moving the ball, and then it would just be like this random. Then all of a sudden, like we just throw like a pick or fumble, and I'm just like, God,
I hate when that
like
happens, especially when you're like getting the drive going on. That's like the worst
uh,
feeling. Like you're like,
yeah,
oh, dude just ripped off a 20-yard run, and then at the end of it, ball pops out and spurts.
yeah.
I
There was
literally,
a point.
I would rather it just be a fumble snap than like give me hope and then crush it.
Absolutely, there was a point in the second half where we had a chance to cut the lead. I think it was to like a one score game, and we were driving down the field, and I think that's when Daniel Jones threw like his second interception. I was just like, oh man, I was just like, bro, we were driving down the field, and like it was either that or fumble. I mean, there's so many terms in this game, I
That's
get
the
mixed up.
worst. That's the worst time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just like, it was crazy. Um, like I said, we had more turnovers in this game than we had all season because we only had 4 turnovers coming into this game.
And you had
So, and
three,
we had 5. Well, we
five.
had six total turnovers in this game. We only
Wow.
had 4 coming into this game.
So
So
3 were interceptions.
3 were interceptions, 2 were fumbles, and then like the other one was the muff punt.
Uh, hey, it's not your day.
Not not a day at all. You got to give them the Steelers credit. I mean, the defensive line, Alex Highsmith and T.J. Watt, they were very disruptive. I mean, they were causing havoc. A lot of those turnovers were due to the pressure they were causing. So, and we didn't handle it well. Like, and think about this. We've only like allowed like 9 sacks coming into this game, and the Steelers had 5 sacks in this game. So it's crazy to think like everything that went wrong, that could have went wrong
Yeah,
in this game for the Colts. I mean,
yeah.
we couldn't get our running game going. I mean, Jonathan Taylor probably had his worst game. I mean, he didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have like the output that he usually has. He only had 45 yards.
Oh
Um,
yeah. No, yeah, I saw Jenna has him on fantasy.
yeah, so it was a weird game, man, and some unfortunate things happened. I think the one thing I will say is our defense played really really well. Um, I mean, they weren't doing nothing other than on the turnovers. We were forcing them to punt, and I thought Latu played his best game. I mean, he had 2.5 sacks in this
Where
game.
really? Is he coming into his
Um,
own? I liked him coming
yeah,
out of
it
college a lot.
feels that way. It feels that way. I mean, he had 3 quarterback hits, a few pressures, so he had a pretty good game in this game, and I thought that I mean, they only rushed for 38 yards, so we stopped their run game, and then they only had 225 yards of total offense. So our defense played pretty well. I mean, it's just the turnovers hurt us. They kept putting the defense back on the field in like short fields, and that just gave them opportunity after opportunity to go down and score.
Yeah.
Um, so and then like Aaron Rodgers, like it was no explosive plays. Anytime like Aaron Rodgers like they did drive and score, it'd be like they were dicking and dunking to get downfield a little bit. So I mean, they didn't have much room to go down the field because they would have short fields because of the turnovers. So I
Yeah,
thought that
that's always the most frustrating loss. That sounds like the freaking Super Bowl 50. Like yeah. Cuz it's like we could have
yeah,
won. Like
yeah. The crazy part, I mean, like our offensive numbers are still pretty good. Like we still lead the league in like points and different things like that. Um, like I said, I mean, Daniel Jones still threw 342 yards. So I mean, like our offense was moving the ball. It was just those turnovers in the most inopportune times.
yeah.
Like I said, Michael Pittman and Josh Downs both. I mean, Alec Pierce both have great games. I mean, both had over 100 yards receiving. Um, but it was just those turnovers were what hurt us in this game, and we just can't. I mean, you're not gonna win too many games when you have 6 turnovers. No, nobody's winning those games when you have 6 turnovers in a game.
Yo,
So
you remember what Dave Canales said.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, Daniel Jones. I mean, hopefully this is the only game he has like this. he looked like the Giants quarterback. I mean when he was with the Giants in this game and with the turnovers he was committing. So and he hasn't been doing that this year. So hopefully this is something he got out of his system and he can get back to
Yo, such
playing good
Sam Darnold
football.
vibes. Such
Yeah,
Sam Darnold vibes where it's like he's amazing sometimes and horrible others. And it's like, what do we make of this?
absolutely,
I'd
absolutely.
rather have Bryce. I 1,000,000% for like than Sam Darnold. Daniel Dimes might be like really good, but also I would still rather have Bryce just because I have homage towards him.
Yeah, yeah. But Daniel Jones, I mean, in this game, he felt like I mean, once once they started getting pressure on him and he started turning the ball, you can kind of see like in his like a switch kind of went on that he started holding the ball a little longer than he usually does, and
Yeah.
that's when it kind of like went bad for him too. So that's just
It's
something
all
he like
about
got to get on.
confidence, dude. Once you lose your confidence, it's so difficult. Like, because he's like thinking about it now. That's what Bryce does so well. He's just so like, he's like, I don't really think about the future. I out of sight, out of mind. I'm focused on the present. He's like, the way he speaks about like his preparation and the way he thinks, like, it makes it so clear why he's just like, doop, doop, like, and he has the athleticism a little bit, but guys like Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, they're not sickos like Bryce is or Tom Brady is. They're like normal. They're human beings a little bit. I don't know. Sometimes Daniel Jones gives that stare, but I'm messing with him. But like you gotta like once you're aware of the surroundings and you're thinking about it, it's impossible to succeed. All you can do is focus on the preparation and execution and just think about what you're at, what you're trying to do it. Like you cannot be analyzing all the people that are like around you, or if you fumble the ball, or if you lose your job, or if you get cut, like if
Yeah,
you're thinking
for
about all
sure.
that stuff, it's gonna hinder you from doing your job.
Right. And this goes to show like how important it is for us to stay on schedule. Because when our offense when we're executing and operating at a high level, you just sees how good our offense is ran. I mean, when he's able to stay ahead of the sticks, when we're able to move like have great plays on first downs. But when stuff goes wrong, you just see like you can see like different things that when things go awry, like the pressure it puts on Daniel Jones. So we try to take that pressure off of him. With the running game like Jonathan Taylor wasn't able to get going, so that kind of hurt us too. So that's just
And
something that
it's probably because they were daring him to throw. Like,
absolutely, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, for sure. I guess I mean the good thing is the Colts are pretty much built a little cushion as far as like this is only their second loss of the season. So they're still atop of the AFC and the first still have the number one seed, still number one in the division, and they put themselves in a good position so far. And then breaking news over the was it yesterday? I mean, the Colts made a blockbuster trade,
huge.
a huge trade. Traded for Sauce Gardner for 2 first-round picks and AD Mitchell sent to the Jets. I mean, that was a shocking trade. I mean, no one was expecting this because Chris Ballard has never made a move like this ever. I mean,
He's
he's
usually
so
very
stingy,
conservative.
very conservative. We call him stingy a little bit because I mean, he's tight with them. They are tight with that money. We be like looking like, man, like you ain't gonna be aggressive just a little bit. We got all this cap space. You're not gonna make no free agency moves. You know what I'm saying? But he finally pulled the trigger. Made a trade. Saw the team that we have. Saw the opportunity. Like we actually have Super Bowl aspirations. Like this actual chance for that. We have the chance
Yeah,
to be the number one seed in the AFC and have home field advantage. So
yeah.
with how well we're playing. And you see the weakness that one of the weaknesses that we have on defense is our secondary. And he went out and he addressed it. So I mean, 2 first-round picks is a little pricey, but you just hope that it works out
Oh,
for
it
you.
was a lot. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then luckily
yeah,
you had AD Mitchell, which like clearly we knew that experiment wasn't going to work out. And then it's like almost like Jonathan Mingo, like, look, it's a big, strong man. Like he's fast. And then
yeah,
I still wish the best for both of them if anybody ever hears this. But like, it wasn't working out. And so it was a
yeah,
sweetener on the deal.
yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, it's something that we needed, even though the price was heavy. Um, like I said, and Ballard, man. I mean, I think I saw this one stat. It said that the only time he's given up first round picks was twice in his tenure as general manager. One was when we traded for DeForest Buckner from San
Okay.
Francisco,
Yeah.
and the other time was when we gave a first for Carson Wentz trade. That was we don't talk about that trade.
Wow. I cannot
Yeah.
believe Frank Reich did that to you.
We like to forget what Carson Wentz did. I
Yo.
mean, he had a decent season, but the end of that season was god awful. We should have
Oh,
made the
dude,
playoffs that
that's
year.
what made it worse because you had hope that he could be good.
We was one. I think we were so close to making the playoffs, and we lost like the last
Dog,
two or
it was
three
to like
games,
a
bro.
horrible team too that you guys played. I remember. Like it was like
I
the
was like,
Jaguars or something in a
yeah,
bad year.
yeah. I was like, what in the world? I was like, are you
I
serious right
can't
now?
believe that that happened. It made me just think like, okay, so they must all suck. Like,
It was bad, and I was just like, at that point, I was just like, get rid of. All right, let's just get rid of this dude. And the coach
and
just
then the
really.
Panthers hired him, and it worked out fantastically.
Man, yeah, we knew how that was gonna go, unfortunately. But but yeah, man, the Colts really. I think I said either last week or the week before that the Colts probably needed to trade for a cornerback just because of all the injuries we had dealt with in the secondary. Jalen Jones actually just came back this week and he played pretty well, but he had been injured the whole like first was it 8 weeks he had been injured. Tre'Davious Ward still on IR because of the concussion, and we dealt with some other injuries. I mean, we was playing Xavier Howard, who just retired like a couple weeks after playing. Like he was playing so
Yo,
bad, he's like, I
homeboy
can't
has
do this
advanced
anymore.
CTE already. It's not funny, but it's you gotta laugh because it's crazy to
Yeah, but
witness.
we definitely need a cornerback help, and I think Gardner fills a void in that area. People have like to talk about he hasn't been the same, since his first 2 seasons where he made All Pro.
Right.
Um, but I mean, I think he still has the talent. I mean, he's still young. He's like 24, 25 years old,
That's the
and he
thing.
has the ability, the skill
Yeah.
set to play well. I was looking at it like um these stats. It says he has 49 forced incompletions since entering the league. That's first among cornerbacks. 50% completion rate he allows. That's first among cornerbacks since he's been in the league, and 38% completion rate and allowed in single coverage. So just he's been in the league. That's first in the league. So
Mm.
he's been a player that
Has he been
been up and
used
down.
as a full-time starter, or is he kind of like situational that would kind of like increase the statistics? Because that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean he's been playing. I think he plays most of the snaps as far as I know.
Okay.
I think the way they use him, the way the Jets have been using him, has been strange the last couple of years because they have been using him, I guess, in the right way, so he could be as effective. I was listening to someone and they were saying that like he plays a lot of press coverage, so like when you do that, it's like you're I want to say like it's you're susceptible to like getting beat or even
Right.
like creating a lot of penalties because you have to like he's guarding the number one receiver every single week. So and a lot of teams like this. That's why a lot of teams drop in zone a lot, so they won't have to put as much pressure on the cornerbacks to play like
Definitely,
man to
and it
man
makes
all the
sense. I
time.
mean, it's
Right,
much
right,
more difficult to like start press man against like the world's
yeah.
best receiver, Justin Jefferson.
Exactly, like every single time, and then your defense, like your defensive line, might not be that good, so then they might not be getting pressures
Honestly, it's
early. So
way easier for a receiver to beat you if you're just like after all the route
yeah,
running that you do and the selling and stuff. Like
yeah.
it's so
So
easy to like just cut. The other person has to like do way more work trying to like sense where you're about to go. You know, that's why
absolutely,
I'd say
absolutely.
behind,
But this,
I was just gonna say this last thing. Behind quarterback,
pretty
I
good.
think cornerback is the most difficult position to play, I would imagine. But carry on.
Absolutely, absolutely. But for those that were concerned about, I guess, like against like how he's playing now, I wanted to pull up this. Like, this is like him this year, this season, against like some of the receivers he's faced. Like against DK Metcalf, he was targeted 4 times and allowed only 1 reception. Had 2 pass breakups. Week 2 versus like receivers, he was targeted 5 times, only allowed 2 receptions and 1 pass breakup. Week 3 against the Buccaneers, Emeka Buka and Mike Evans, he was only targeted 5 times, allowed 3 receptions for 52 yards. Um, Against the Dolphins, he was only targeted 2 times and allowed 11 yards. Pickens against the Cowboys in Week 5, he was targeted only 4 times, allowed 2 receptions. That was probably his worst week right there when he allowed 2 receptions for 57 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then the one against Sutton in Week 6, he was only targeted once, allowed 0 receptions, had a pass breakup. And then when he faced against the Panthers, oddly enough, 1 target against Ted, allowed
Yep.
0 receptions. So, I mean, you can see like Sauce, he has the ability to still play well. He's probably put him in the right position, you know. And I think like uniquely the Colts, they can do that. Like I said, when Tre'Davious Ward comes back, I think that would definitely help him because then you have two corners that can lock down and play well. Kenny Moore is a really good nickel corner, one of the best nickel corners in the league, so
Man.
that should help. And then we have Cam Bynum and Nick Cross in the secondary, who's played really well this year. Um, so I think the way Animal runs his defense, he like to disguise and use different coverages, and he mix it up a lot. So he should definitely blend in well with that and able to mix it up and to confuse offenses.
Yeah. And it makes me curious why they would even trade Sauce Gardner. I mean, they got a big haul, but I'm thinking like you do not find, like I was just saying, like the second hardest position outside of quarterback. Like you do not find cornerbacks on trees. It's like those guys and pass rushers, like that's why I think of Brian Burns and like it hurt me so bad. Like you do not like find those guys on trees. So I don't understand why you would, even for 2 first-round picks, trade him unless maybe Aaron Glenn just had a different vision, maybe he didn't fit the culture. That's maybe one of the only things I can think of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're trying to kind of start over, rebuild because they need more. I guess they need more assets because the
Oh yeah,
team is
they got
built the
assets
way
for
it is.
days now, dog.
So they're trying to have enough capital to be able to rebuild and bring in the more talented players. I mean, they traded Quentin Williams too, so just goes to show they're trying to clean house a
Honestly,
little
I was
bit.
surprised they didn't trade Garrett Wilson after all that.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were
I
saying
would
they
have
were
loved
getting
Garrett
calls for
Wilson.
both Brees Hall and Garrett Wilson. So I
Yeah,
think
I
Garrett
heard
Wilson
about that, but
was
they wanted a third apparently, and the highest was a fourth for Brees Hall.
yeah. So they were definitely trying to clean the house and start over because I mean the Jets.
Yeah,
Have they won a game this season? I don't remember now, but
yeah, they're 1-7.
1-7. That's right. They won that other week. But I think it was against the Bengals. Actually, that is
I know.
funny.
I feel so bad for the Bengals. If Joe Burrow is good, it's like every year with this. I feel so bad. I actually became a fan when they went to the Super Bowl. Like I was like, oh, I like this team, and they've just been despair ever since.
The Bengals.
I know.
They just
And their organization sucks.
Their defense is horrific.
Yeah, I mean, and they're giving away pieces for free. Their linebacker.
Absolutely. Right, exactly. But Zach Sauce Gardner, I think he's definitely going to help the Colts and elevate their defense to a different level. I mean, with Latu, starting to come along as a pass rusher, and DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, they're doing their thing in the interior. And then Kwity Paye and different players are stepping up on the edge as well. I think the defense is going to continue to get better because coming into this game, I mean, they were 26 in passing yards allowed, 29th in third down defense, and then 44% completion rate on 20 yards, throws of 20 yards, air yards. So that's 26 in the NFL. So they allowed a lot of yards. I mean, and watching is like really to me, it's kind of like the linebackers. I mean, them dudes, they're not great in coverage at all. Like I
Nah,
just worry about them a lot. But I think it's added someone like Sauce Gardner is going to help in that area as well. Being able to make them be able to use like coverages in different
it's
ways.
so
So
hard to find a good linebacker because they have to be able to thump the wood and like stop the run and also like run with the best of them, in coverage.
yeah,
If you want to be able to disguise them, you could just have a big, strong, freaking like Terry Crews looking dude just like going downhill. But every time he's there, they're gonna know that he's not going in coverage, so
yeah,
they can
for
scheme
sure.
around it, and then that's the game within the game.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think it allows them to be able to use like Nick Cross in different ways, like our safety, just because like when you have Sauce Gardner, you have another guy that can cover, so you're able to like use your safety in different ways to be able to help with tackling and like covering different dudes. Um, so he helps out with that. He's one of the better tacklers on our team, so that helps too. But yeah, the Colts, I think they're moving in the right direction. I think there's a win now move that they made, and
Yeah,
you know we got some good
I
games
think
coming
you
up.
guys won this week, even if you lost.
I think that they're in a good position, and hopefully we can get back on track next week against the Falcons. Before we get our bye week, and once we after our bye week, keep it going. You know what I'm saying? So we should be in good shape, and you know I'm very confident in where we are and what we're going to be able to do. But like I said, the AFC is a gauntlet. I mean, there's so many good teams in the AFC, so you always got to be on your A game. You always got to be ready to play every single week. So, but the fact that they put themselves in a position where they're already 7-2 and the margin for error isn't like that great, so we're in a good position. But going a little forward, I'm just gonna look at some storylines around the league. Other games we saw, probably the biggest game of the week, the Buffalo Bills and the Chiefs. Um, that was a highly anticipated game. The Bills they won 28-21, I believe it was, against the Chiefs. That was their fifth straight time beating the Chiefs in the regular season, and
Wow, I did not know
so
that statistic.
that's
It's crazy
very
when you look at
strange.
it at the scope of things over the last like 4 years ish
Absolutely. However, they've lost four straight times to the Chiefs in the
in the
playoffs.
playoffs, and that's what matters.
Yeah. So the thing about this game was it was interesting to me to see the way they won. Um, I think in the past, what the Bills tried to do, it felt like Josh Allen tried to like they were trying to like make Josh Allen like outplay like Mahomes. Like they're depending on him to do a lot. And like in this game, it felt like they were like leaning more on the run game, like giving the ball to more to James Cook, and letting
They've
that like
been quietly a run first team for the last couple of years with the homeboy that used to be the offensive coordinator of the Panthers. Ever since he took over,
Joe
like
Brady.
Joe Brady from LSU. Like that dude, like he just knows I can just run the ball down your throat over and over and over again. And we have such a good passing game that you're still going to be like, and then you want to stack the box. All right, stack the box. Now we just make an explosive play with, like
Yep.
his way of thinking is, it's almost like he's like a kid with like dolls crushing them. He's like toying with them the way he calls plays, which is really good. I think he could have done well with the Panthers if it wasn't for Matt Rule.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, the way they were able to run the ball, like I think I saw this one stat where it said they're like 6-0 when James Cooks runs for over 100 yards or something like that
Yeah,
this year. So like when they lean on the running game, that's a formula for the success for them. And then in this game, like their defense really played well. Like their defense had their best performance by far in this game. Like think about it. Like we ain't seen the defense probably play this well all season. Like I mean, they held like Patrick Mahomes to under 50% completion. I think he would only complete like 44% of his passes in this game. Like
and against the Panthers a couple weeks ago, they got a couple key members back as well. That like people were saying the Bills' defense wasn't good, but it seemed as though they needed those couple of guys. It would be the equivalent of like, Derrick Brown not being on the Panthers. You can't really
Right.
judge it.
For sure. For sure. And think about it. I did not. They said it was Mahomes' first game that he's ever had where he hasn't completed over 50% of his passes in the NFL game.
Wild.
So I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they were all over him. I mean, getting pressure. Joey Bosa was played very well in this game. I mean, he was out there wreaking havoc against the Chiefs offensive line. Um, we probably haven't seen him play that well since like early Charger days. You know what I'm
I was gonna
saying? Like,
say good for him because he was on the decline as a player. So I'm glad
yeah.
to
So
see him succeed. And I'm rooting for him.
I mean, he played really well. I mean, Cole Bishop, I mean, their safety, he was everywhere. He was making plays left and right. I mean, it seemed like every big play he was making, like in coverage. I mean, he was there. He had this huge hit on Travis Kelce that was like a big play, like in the red zone that stopped him from like scoring a touchdown. The Chiefs scoring a touchdown. Um, I think, like I said, he was making all types of plays in that game. So I mean, he was everywhere. But I think the Bills' defense. I mean, if they can do that, well, obviously the Chiefs are gonna make adjustments by the next time they play if they meet up in the playoffs. But that's gonna be the key. If they can get pressure on Mahomes and then be able to cover, you know, we've seen that's been a recipe for success against the Chiefs. You know, like we saw the Eagles like last year, how much pressure they were able to get on Mahomes, and then like how much havoc they caused and made Mahomes like had to make superhero plays. You know, because
Yeah.
the pressure was in his face so fast he didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So when you're able to do that at a high level, I think that gives the Chiefs problems. But we're gonna see. My question to you is: do you believe that the Bills have the best chance to beat the Chiefs, like more than any other team in the AFC? Like, do you believe that?
It's an interesting question. I think there are a lot of variables that go into that because I liked the Chargers a lot in the first couple of weeks, but they just had so many injuries. Like I
Mhm.
was thinking the Chargers were going to be the team to beat, and they're still weathering through, but they're
I mean,
not the
Joe All
best.
being out for the season now, that kind of hurts the things. Yeah.
Dude, they have no tackles. You can't win with no tackles. Like crazy. And then other teams like Jacksonville, who I didn't anticipate would be good, but like now I'm like, oh dang, they're really good. Um, and they beat us week 1, and I was like, at the time I was upset, but now I'm like, you know what, respect.
Losing to a bad team.
Yeah. So I don't know that it's specifically the Bills that could beat the Chiefs, but I do think that the Bills have a chance if they're able to continue to run the ball the way that they are. I mean, James Cook is playing phenomenally. Joe Brady's calling an incredible game. Josh Allen is the MVP as advertised. Like he's a stud. So I feel as though if they just execute, like they've got the talent to be able to do. And I think that's why it's so hard for them to find a receiver that fits because people just think, why do they not have a receiver? What the heck is going on? But they just require execution. So if you can't do that, that's the bare minimum. Your talent doesn't matter. So they're
Yeah.
just trying to find people that can go in their system and be the place that as Josh Allen is falling, and he can just know that the receiver is going to be at X spot. And so they do a good job designing their offense around that, but it makes it so you need a guy that's going to do it. I think the Bills have a lot of opportunity to be the best team to best the Chiefs, but I also think there's a lot of other teams in the AFC, maybe 3 to 5 that could on any given Sunday, not on paper, but on any given Sunday. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think coming into this year, like I was thinking, like, obviously the Bills and Ravens probably had the best chance to beat the Chiefs. We're gonna see about the Ravens. We got to make sure they get in the playoffs first because they built. I mean,
They're far behind now.
I mean, they're in a hole right now, but I think they have the formula to do it because their run game is so good, and Lamar, the way he plays, um, and then like defensively, I mean, the pass rush and different things like that. But you got up and coming teams like the Broncos are an interesting team. I don't really trust Bo Nix per se, like to score enough points, but the Broncos defense is really good. Like as far as like think about it, they lead the league in sacks, and then like their secondary is excellent as well. So that's a team that they can like they had the defensive formula to compete with the Chiefs because like those are the teams that give the Chiefs the most problems. Teams that pass rush the best. Um, so that's a team, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. I don't trust Bo Nix like that. I mean, he's been inconsistent. Let's put it like that. He's been up and down. He has showed like the clutch, like he's been clutch in different games, but like I said, they haven't
He
really
has
beat
great play
teams
design
this year.
too
So
from
yeah,
Sean Payton. He's able to just design a system for whatever your strengths are.
right. Like, and they haven't really beat a good team this year. So I'm kind of wondering what they would do against the better teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, so that's one thing I'm interested. Even though their defense is really good. Like you got teams like the Patriots. I think they're too young. I don't think their defense is good enough. Even though Drake May is playing extremely well right now. I mean, he's one of the
he
top
actually is. He's playing
candidates.
really well.
I mean, he's. I
He
mean,
actually
he should
might
be
have.
a.
He should have been the number one overall pick, to be honest, based off of the way he's playing.
I mean,
Charlotte boy too. Iris Park.
Charlotte, yes sir, 704. But yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Man, yeah, Drake May is playing extremely well. Their defense, I don't trust their defense. I don't think they're good enough to play with the Chiefs. Um. So and then like the Colts, like I like. I mean we have the formula offensively. I mean our offense is
Yeah.
great. Like I said, we can score against anybody. The defense is all about the pass rush. How consistent can the pass rush be?
I
But
think Sauce
I mean
is going to be a huge, upgrade.
he'll be a huge part of that. He'll be a huge part of that. And we play the Chiefs in a couple of weeks, so we'll see how we match up against them too. So it's always exciting. That should be a good
See,
matchup
the thing
for
about
us.
the Chiefs is they do a good job of not making clear who their number one receiver is. Like they just design wild Willy Wonka plays and then just like flick it
Yeah, they use the
horizontally,
players in
vertically.
so many different ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you never know who's gonna do what. You know what I'm saying?
it
They have
must be
different
like
players that
so
can fit
annoying.
into different roles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
must be so annoying to have to follow the receivers.
yeah. I think the one thing against the Chiefs this year that might hurt them is their run game isn't good. So teams may be able to try to force them to run the ball more than like in past years, is because the run game they aren't getting enough production and rushing in the run game. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be interesting in that area as well. But yeah, I mean, those are probably the teams you probably come to mind when you're thinking about that. Just because, like, the rest of the teams, like the Texans, they're probably not going to be there just because
Dang, I saw that
they
as
built us up such a
had
hole.
a
Like
concussion.
Stroud had
He's
a
in concussion
concussion, so
protocol.
it's going to be tough for them. Like the Chargers, without losing both their tackles, that just hurts them tremendously. Um, But yeah, it really comes down to me the Bills, if the Ravens can get in, that is an interesting team to me. And then the Colts. I mean, those probably the three teams I would say have the best chance to compete or even dethrone the Chiefs this year. So
Yeah,
I may
a lot of
so
people had them at their top spot in their power rankings last week before the loss. I mean, I'm sure some still do.
yeah, I mean the Chiefs, I mean they're inevitable. They've been in the AFC championship Super Bowl 5 straight years or something like that. Like
All
I mean
kinds of accolades.
so it's been, I mean, the Chiefs, Chiefs Super Bowl to lose every. I mean, they're going to win it or they're going to lose it. It's no in between over the last few years. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is that good, and they've been that type of juggernaut team. So, we're going to
Yeah.
see what happens. Um, Another team I want to talk about though, the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, the
Incredible.
obviously they beat down the Commanders on Sunday night. I mean, Jaden Daniels unfortunately got injured, dislocated his elbow. That was sad to see.
Yeah.
But the Seahawks, man, they were dominant in that game, and they've been played pretty well, pretty much the whole season.
I think they
Um,
made the right decision hiring Mike McDonald. Like it was a boring hire at the time, but like it was structure, defense, control the game script, and then get your explosive play here and there. And he's been doing it, and it just keeps working.
absolutely, absolutely. Like the Seahawks, they have one of the better offenses in the league. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba leads the league in receiving yards.
See,
Uh,
we need a kind of guy like that, and ours is Jalen Coker. I'm so excited for him to start going off.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, they got Cooper Cup and Torrey Horton, AJ Barner. They just traded for Rashid Shaheed, so that makes their offense
Yeah,
even better. Now they have two deep threats, dudes that can get open deep at any time. I mean, that just stretches the defense and makes it more difficult for defenses to defend. Like I said, they already lead the league in like yards per play at 9.6, which is ridiculous. I mean, 9 yards per play. Come on, my God.
I know.
Um, like I said, Sam Darnold's been playing well. This is the second straight year that he's played well, so I think you can say he's becoming a good regular season quarterback. Now we don't know what he's going to do in the playoffs because he's shaky. he hasn't shown his
Yeah,
ability, but the defense is really good as well. Like I said, they're ranked fifth in the league in scoring defense. Number one at stopping the run. They got like dudes like a lot of good players at different levels. They got Leonard Williams, who's really good. Got some good dudes in the secondary. So they're a team that you gotta. I mean, they're a sleeper team. I mean, when you think about the NFC, you think about the Eagles. I mean, defending champs.
hmm.
We always talk about the I mean, the Packers, the Lions. Those are teams you think of when you talk about the NFC. But the Seahawks, I mean, they got something to say as far as like those type of teams and what they can do as far as being a true contender.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, man, I mean, do you believe in the Seahawks? Like, can they make a run in the playoffs this year? Do you think so?
I
Or,
definitely think so. Yeah,
Mhm,
I do. I think they have all the tools necessary. Like I was saying before, their coaching is excellent. Like they have the talent. Sam Darnold is playing at a top level. I just think they just need to execute. And if
mhm,
it gets down to game script when you're good and have talent and able to execute. It gets down to, and that's what Dave Canales even helped me understand. Cause like after listening to him over and over and over again and seeing what he's talking about, like there's certain things that just matter more than anything else. And it's just executing every given play. And so coaches tend to succeed when they have that happen amongst their players. And I think Seattle does. And they have a greatly coached defense, and they're very sound. And from that point, any sky's the limit. And their stadium's loud.
yeah,
So like yeah, they have some built-in advantages.
absolutely. I think the key for them would be winning the division because that gives them a home game in the playoffs as far as like their first
Yeah.
game. Um, right now they're competing with yeah, they're competing with the Rams right now. The Rams who are also playing very well right now. The Rams, oh my goodness, like Matthew Stafford is playing like extremely
Oh my
well.
gosh, dude. I forgot. They're in the worst division to have to succeed. Dude, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Seahawks has too much talent. And they used to be the
Like
laughing stock, I remember, like 10 years ago. Maybe a little bit more
yeah,
than 10 years ago, but when I was a kid.
yeah, we were like super young, yeah, yeah. But man, like the Rams, man, like Stafford, he's leading the league like in passing yards and like touchdowns and like so he's been playing extremely well. I think they've won like I think they've won like 3 straight games by at least like 20 points or something like that, something crazy like that. Um,
Incredible. Hard to do in the league.
yeah, so I mean, it's NFC. has a lot of good teams. That division is like critical as far as like if that could like change like who could win the Super Bowl. When you think about the NFC though, I mean, you think about like it's like the Lions, like the Packers, like the NFC North is so tough. I
Yeah.
mean, you don't know who's gonna come out of that division. Like I said, we just talked about the NFC West. You don't know who's gonna come out of that division.
Yeah.
I mean, the only like foregone conclusions really are like the Eagles really because the rest of the division is awful right now. I mean, the Cowboys, their defense is probably one of the worst we've seen in a while. Granted, they did trade for Quentin Williams, which is an
Yeah.
interesting move, but like I said, they
Hey,
had Michael
it's like they're
Parsons. They just
I was
did.
gonna say they're all trying to overcompensate for Michael Parsons.
They just had him that they could have traded for. I mean, they could have signed and they had to trade
I
none of
wonder
their
if they
assets.
genuinely believe that like Michael Parsons lacked, I don't know, the rush defense necessary to like take them over the next level, or if it was just some petty grievance. Like,
I don't know what it was, but it gets more and more ridiculous the longer it goes by. And like it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna stop the run now. That's probably what Jerry Jones said. See, I told y'all
yeah,
we're gonna
right.
stop the run. Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark, we got both of them now.
We have no draft picks, but we have those guys.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. I'm just like, okay, but yeah, the Eagles, they probably got the division wrapped up because Washington, Jay Daniels hasn't. It's probably gonna be out for a while. Then the Giants, they're not good. So they pretty much got the division wrapped up. But the NFC South, the NFC West, and the NFC North, all up for grabs.
That's kind of why I like
Interesting.
that. Oh, I was just saying that's kind of why I like Bryce playing with such a low center of gravity. It causes ankle injuries. Any injury that he's had has always been ankle, and I see why because he plays so low. And like if somebody comes down on him quickly, but like he's able to be like I was saying earlier, like light on his feet. So like when they're standing up like beanstalks, it's so easy to like take you and slam you with full force. But Bryce is so like light on his feet. He absorbs a lot of the impact. So I'll take that any day of the week. That being said, I wish the best for Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely. But like I said, the NFC is wide open. I mean, we're gonna see like it's gonna be some good playoff games this year. Look at that both conferences. I mean, it's so many different teams that provide so many different mismatches. Divide unique matchups. Different things that play well. So it's gonna
And
be
that's just
interesting to
talking
see.
about the Lions.
We're gonna talk about getting to some of our fantasy football. John, how's your teams doing? What they looking like, and do you have any fantasy standouts or disappointments this week?
Yeah. So my teams are actually looking kind of good. I'm on a 4-game win streak in the Picks Up League. And it's crazy because I started off like losing every game before that. So I'm
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
ahead. I'm just like in the playoff hunt now. But it was funny. In terms of players, I do have to give Colston Loveland a shout out. I had him in another league, but oh my gosh, 29 points, my man. You go from not doing anything to just suddenly popping off with 30 points. That's quarterback numbers, gaudy quarterback numbers. And I'm a fan. I'm going to start you in the league that I have him in. That's
I
one of my
mean,
standouts. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, Colston Love. I mean, like the Bears' offense is trending up as far as like their production and the amount of points they're putting up every week. So, I mean,
DJ Moore had 22.
If you got Bears players, you might want to put them in your lineup because the offense is starting to play
And Manon
extremely
guy
well.
went crazy.
Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy. My nun guy.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's my guy. Some people saying he might be better than DeAndre Swift, but we'll see.
Every time I hear his name, I have to repeat it. It's like, man, guy. It sounds like it would be like at the end of like one of those like Nickelodeon shows. Like after the credits go, just like somebody pops out and says, "Manang guy." Like the logo comes up.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But what any other standouts or disappointments?
uh, well, one disappointment is it was Jalen Coker a little bit, just because I started him over a quarterback in my flex league because I
Mhm.
was in my mind, I'm his number one fan, and I know his potential. I know his potential. I know he's about to be a stud. And I'm just like, another game went through that his potential wasn't recognized. But Dave Canales actually said they need to do a better job of getting the ball to Jalen Coker. He said that on Monday. Don't listen to this, Saints. But but yeah, I that was a little disappointed, but I'm still gonna start him again because I think they're gonna scheme him. He had that crucial play that we played earlier too. So he's once we figure it out with him, like we're gonna be good.
Definitely, for sure. Jalen Coker. I can't blame him because his chemistry with Bryce is so good. You probably is expecting him to have a breakout game, if his first good
Yep,
game of the season. So
yep. I thought for certain he was about to,
yeah.
but maybe
So
this game is gonna be the one.
the Saints. You should have a good game against them.
The only question is if it goes to Jalen Coker or not, because it might be so easy of a game that the plan is just go with what works, rather than like actually trying to drive the ball down the field constantly.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but any more? That's pretty much it. You think?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty much it. Pretty much it.
Gotcha. Um, my standouts. I would like to say I'm glad that some of these guys that came off the injury report.
Hmm.
They came back from injury, returned to action. Lamar Jackson, Brock
Hey.
Bowers, you have been missed
LOL.
tremendously. Tremendously. Just seeing those guys back in the lineup is great to see. It's like, oh yeah, we're back in business. We're back where we need to be. You know what I'm saying, picking up where we were before, at the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, those are guys that put up points every week. So they did their job last week. They put up great points. But like you said, Cal Monungai, I mean, this, he played extremely well. And I think the other game he started too, he played well too. So I'm like, hey, keep it going.
Yeah,
Swift, he
he's
can get his
efficient.
carries, but let Cal Monungai cook a little bit. Let him get them.
Yeah,
Let him get some of them carries. You know what I'm saying? Get him out there. You know what I'm saying? So I like what I seen from him, and he's productive, and he's on my fantasy. I don't have they have DeAndre Swift in like one league, but I don't have him in any of my leagues that I really care about.
right.
Um, but so like, but yeah, I would like to see more of him. Another guy, what's his name? Chamiri DK, I think his name is, from the Tennessee Titans, the receiver.
I
He's
don't
been
even know
playing
who
really
that
well.
is. Wow, that's what's his name? That's crazy. It's not
I think his
often
name
I
is
don't know.
Chamiri DK from he's the Tennessee
Never heard this
Titans.
guy's name. Was he a recent draft pick?
Yeah,
Practice
he's a
squad guy?
rookie. He's a rookie. He's rookie with
Oh,
the Tennessee Titans.
interesting.
Him and Cam
I'm a
Ward
big,
have tremendous chemistry.
oh, that's awesome.
Um, he's had a couple of 20-point games, so that's always good. You know what I'm
What?
saying?
Wow. From not knowing who he was, having a couple 20-point games as a rookie.
Yeah. So this dude right now, he's cooking. If you don't have him, go out there and get him. He's probably available in some of them leagues, or maybe not because it's been a couple of
How's
weeks.
Calvin
But
Ridley doing? Is he still number one over there in Tennessee?
he's been hurt off and on, so he's not really playing.
Okay.
And then when he does, he just not playing well this year. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is as far as the chemistry between him and um Cam Ward. It is. I thought the chemistry was pretty good coming into the season. It looked like it at least. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just mental now.
Hey, he was a hot fantasy draft pick. I would have taken
He
him if I had
was.
the opportunity. I'm
I
glad I
picked
did.
him in a few leagues. I mean, he's been a major disappointment. He's definitely on the list of disappointments.
Wow, that's the second time. Another disappointment from Calvin Ridley, and now I know this. I'm not gonna put stake in Calvin Ridley. When he went to the Jaguars, I was like, "Oh, he's about to explode." We have this excellent value in the second round. I literally thought he was going to be incredible that year, and he was.
Yeah, yeah. That pretty much sums his production up. But yeah. Another guy though, Devontae Adams. He's really trending up in the last couple of weeks. They're really getting him involved in the red zone. I mean, I think I saw this one stat where he leads like the league in targets in the red zone or something like that. So Devontae Adams, he's getting his. I think he leads the league in touchdowns too, like 8 touchdowns. I think receiving touchdowns. So
That offense is electric, dude. That Rams offense. We have to play the Seahawks and the Rams and the Buccaneers twice. It's like, one game at a
yeah,
time. One game at a time.
you gotta win those Saints games for sure. You have to.
That's why I'm like, I'm not even trying to jinx this one. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna respect my opponent.
Hey, you gotta make those games ugly. You gotta make it as ugly as make it a rock fight, a dog fight to win those games. But yeah, as far as disappointments, Brian Thomas, this guy right here, man. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what it is. He might just need to get out of Jacksonville. That might just be what it needs to be.
That bad?
I don't think he's had a game over 55 yards this year. Like, he hasn't had one game where he's.
So what's going on? Is it the offense that they're not, or is it the effort? Or
I don't
what?
know if they're using him right or if it's mental, because last year he was so good. He was so good
That's
last
why I
year.
was confused because I don't have any shares of him, and I haven't really, other than week 1, watched any Jaguars games. So I was like, dang, is he really that
I don't
bad?
know what it is, if he's not fitting into the offense, if he's not agreeing with the coaches because he got a new coaching staff or whatever it is, but he's struggling. And then he's dealing with injuries now too. So it's just
struggling.
so it's like it's just a combination of everything that's going wrong for him. I don't know what it is exactly, but he's not playing well. So he basically wasted some talent. And it might just be Jacksonville itself. It just might be one of those places
I remember
where
coming out of college, there were like whispers that he was not really a leader and like kind of not really, like he was quiet to himself and not kind of somebody that would be that it was essentially a red flag for some teams.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. But yeah, he's been struggling this year for sure. So he's been probably.
You don't have to be a rah guy. That's the thing. Like, as long as you like it, it's so hard. But I guess I guess it's if you're quiet, not really, you don't know. It's just a variable, so you don't know what you're working with.
It's got to be mental as far as like him not being able to play well, because we know he has the talent and the gifts to be able to go out there and play well. Yeah, so there's something going on with him. I don't know what it is exactly. It's interesting. I would say, I think Tucker Craft. I mean, it's not really his fault, but he got injured out for the season, so that's a major disappointment for me because Tucker Craft, I had him in a couple of leagues.
I was shocked. I was able to pick up Luke Musgrave for free. I just saw him chilling in picks up, and I was like, oh, okay. Interesting.
Hey, I don't even know who my tight end is in that league, but
Mine's
that's a good pickup though. I mean, I would definitely do that if I was anybody to pick up Luke Musgrave. He's a must pick up now because of Tucker Craft's injury.
That's what they call it. This is a must pick up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said, his his role needs to be filled, and Musgrave is probably going to be the next one to do that. But I'm definitely disappointed just because he was he was the Jordan Love's number one option in that offense. He was getting the ball the most. I mean, he was being the
That's
most
why
productive.
I wanted to pick him up, because I don't think they're going to change that design.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that was a disappointment for me. I would say, who else? Oh, as far as like standouts, Torrey Horton was somebody that there's another standout for me too. Torrey Horton, the Seattle Seahawks receiver.
Yeah.
He's a rookie. He's been playing pretty well lately. Um, I guess since they got Rashisha, his role's probably going to be diminished, but he had been playing well.
Hey,
But
well, there's still the space for him there, hopefully.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, that pretty much sums up my standouts and disappointments. I think a lot of my teams are doing pretty well. There's a couple leagues that's like iffy, but
Yeah, too.
mainly
That
because
nothing easy league, my team is so bad. There's nothing I can do to repair that team. I don't know what I can do. I guess I just poorly.
hey, gotta get creative. I guess those are the type of
I
leagues you
know,
just
right?
gotta. It's just tough.
You
You
gotta,
don't draft.
you gotta. And I took Travis Hunter over T Mac. I don't know why. Like,
Ooh, yeah, that's tough.
it was
That's
early.
tough.
It
You
was
could
early
buy.
on.
Well, I'm trying to think. Nah, I don't know. I was about to say you probably can trade Travis Hunter, but I was about to say I don't know if there's anybody like foolish like that in our league anymore. Those guys kind of removed themselves. So
Yeah, boy. Crazy dude.
yeah, so yeah, so um, it's gonna be tough, but
Yeah.
get a good draft pick, keep building from there, I guess. And I
Hashtag
mean,
keep.
if you got future draft picks, you might be able to trade some of them as well.
No, I'm not
Yeah, man.
mortgaging my future. No, I'm saving those.
You saving those, saving
I'm a good
those.
GM.
I got you. I got you. At least you have a plan, though. At least you have a plan. But yeah, those were our fantasy standouts and disappointments. Um, Going forward though, the Panthers they play the Saints. In next week, this coming week, Colts they play the Falcons in Germany, 9:30 game. Not really. I don't really like that because I usually be at church at that time. So,
Oh, that's so annoying, dude.
but we'll work it out. I'll watch it later when I get back.
What
But
you have to do is not look at any social media and just keep it like paused, and then like play. The only
yeah,
way.
yeah, for sure. Hopefully we play well, and I just can just go and watch a great game.
Hey, I'm rooting for you
Um,
too because you're playing the Falcons.
oh yeah, that's a key game for both of us. A key game for both of us for sure. But what's one thing you're looking forward to going into Week 10, going to that Saints matchup?
I mean, just keeping a consistent offense. If Bryce Young looks consistent, if we're able to use the Saints as a sounding board, like, hey, I respect you because you're an NFL team, but 1-7, you know, kind of for a reason, a little bit. So if we're able to do what good teams do, beat teams that they're better than, and just do it efficiently and without drama. Like, I want to feel the way the Patriots and the Bills felt when we were playing them. You know? Like, I want to feel that feeling like after a certain point, it's just like we're in complete control of this game. So
Yeah,
if I walk away knowing that that was the case, I'll be happy.
yeah. I think the Panthers they're due for one of those games where they just blow out their opponent. I mean, they need one of those games. I mean,
I
like
would
I
love that.
said, Bryce. I mean, the offense needs to get going. But what would you say is like the biggest, like, I think obstacle as far as like getting their a passing game going as far as like because we know the rushing
Getting
game has been
third,
so good.
getting third downs. That's the biggest thing. And that's what Dave Canales will preach. It's you have to be able to continue the drive so we can expand our playbook, because it's all facilitated on setting up plays and creating a structure to work to your opponent's weaknesses. And we can't do that if we can't like get the dominoes falling. So
Mhm.
getting third downs, that's the most crucial play in football. Literally, a third down is the most important thing that you could be successful on. If you look at third down success indicators, I guarantee you're finding top teams in the league. And
Mhm.
so if we're able to do that consistently and show that we're able to do that consistently, I have no doubt that this team is going to be able to succeed. And then they're working on it. So that makes me happy that we have a coach that knows like what he's doing.
Yeah. And you think that it goes into like as far as like calling like better like first and second down plays that can like give you like
Yeah, you have to set it up.
third and manageable, third and short, like giving you like
Exactly.
easier
Exactly.
third
Yeah.
downs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You have to set it up. I mean, there's no way you can succeed consistently on 3rd and 10. No team, no offense.
Yeah.
Because when at that point they're pinning their ears back and they're going for you, and you have literally like the half a second that you snap the ball and put it up here to throw it, and you have to get 10 yards. Like, no, like what you need is, and this is what Dave Canales understands as well, what you need is a strong run game because that facilitates getting to that third down. That's why I like Dave Canales. When I hear him talk, I'm like, oh, he's smart. He actually knows what he's talking about. Like, and I'm excited to see what we can do if we execute to his vision.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that one thing I'm looking forward to as far as the Colts go, getting back on track, obviously offensively. Daniel Jones is flushing that entire game. Get rid of it. Don't ever think about it again. Don't even just get back to whatever you're doing the weeks before. Get back to doing that. Get your routine going. Get in there. Move the ball up and down the field. Obviously, our offensive line has to block better. I don't know what they struggled against the pass rushers. Although I don't think, I mean, Atlanta has a decent pass rush, so I won't say they have a good pass rush. But
No, they do. They do. Honestly, we beat them 30-0, but nobody expected that. They're a good
but
team.
yeah,
I still think they're a pretty good team, at least.
yeah. So I think that just getting back to what we do best, running the football, getting out, getting the ball out quick, getting into our play, staying on schedule. That's what we do best. And we're gonna put up points every single week. I mean, we still put up 20 points even though we had 6 turnovers. I mean, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so if we cut down on turnovers, I expect us to play well. Defensively, I want to see how they use Sauce Gardner in his first game. Obviously, I expect him to play this week. I'm pretty sure they probably ease him along. They're probably not going to put too much on his plate his first week, but I want to see how they use him. And like I said, I want to continue to see Latu and guys step up in the pass rush, getting more pressure on the quarterback, becoming, more dominant in that fashion, that phase of the defense. And then like this is the secondary guys stepping up and making plays in the secondary. And then it's playing a complete game and just showing everybody that we're still one of the best teams in the league, even though we had a blip. But we can overcome it.
It wasn't even a bad game. Like, you guys almost
Yeah.
won even with all those turnovers. Like, it really wasn't a bad, like, and you're 7-2. It's
Yeah.
everything's fine. It's not like you had
Mhm.
the pressure of like, oh, we could be undefeated. You already lost one, so
Yeah.
you can lose another one, and as long as it's more the results and looking how your team looked, how your offense produced, and
Mhm.
every phase looked good other than those turnovers. You guys could win
Absolutely.
that game easily.
Yeah, for sure. And just knowing that, we have the coaching staff that can get us back on track as well. Like the game plan, the preparation is going to be there to get us back on track. That definitely helps. And it's just a game. I rather that game be happen, like in that game against the Steelers, against a good team, rather than it happen later. You know what I'm saying? Like we're on a high. We haven't had any like blips or any bad games, and then our first bad game is like in the playoffs or something, and we just
Yeah,
stink it up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like Dan Jones just starts throwing turnovers all in, crazy turnovers
exactly.
all in the. So I'm glad it happened like now. We got to get it
Get
out the
out of
way.
your
We know we're
system.
not
Hey,
get out of your
honestly, if we
system.
didn't lose in 2015 to the Falcons, like that one game, like we were
Mm-hmm.
15-1 and we had just
Right.
dominated the Falcons. Honestly, if we didn't lose that game, I don't know that we make the same like incredible run that we made.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like
Because when you because when you do that, it shows you that you're not invincible. Like you
exactly.
still got things to work on. Like you still got things to strive for. Like you're not where you need to be. You still got places to go. You can go even higher. You can prepare even better, practice even harder. In different areas and different things like that to continue to get better. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened then. And then we play the Chiefs in a couple of weeks. So I expect us to where we can have where we can go out there and play a good game against the Chiefs, because I would hate for it to be against the Chiefs like we have a bad performance against the Chiefs where everybody's watching, because that's a game that everybody's gonna be watching. You're gonna see like, oh, are the Colts are for real, and then we go out there and stink it up, because that'll be like
Is
our
it
first
prime
and
time?
big game. you know. So yeah,
Is it prime time?
okay.
Oh,
But yeah, man, we expect some great performances from our teams this upcoming week. It wins. We want to come in here both on a high note, both excited
hey.
about how our teams played and what they looked like. Colts bouncing back. The Panthers, winning another game and becoming 6-4. 2 games over 500 for the first time in like years. You know what I'm saying? So
Wild. Even when you said 6-4, it sounded 4, and I was like, no, that can't be right. Oh, wait, it is. We're 5-4, and then it would be 6-4. It just sounds so foreign because that sounds too successful.
yeah, but yeah, we expect some good things from our teams this week, and let's go out here and enjoy some good football.
Yeah. Sports. Actually, sports are doing really well for us both this year. So go Colts and go Panthers.
Yeah, go Colts, go Panthers. Keep pounding and for the shoe. Y'all have a good week.
Deuces.